Hey everyone, Matt Montala here, and today we celebrate our Independence Day. Well, not really, because it's not even Independence Day yet, and I'm reviewing this one. By the way, sorry if you hear the fan a lot in my videos. I know background sounds don't really go well with my filming, but I just got out of the shower, and it has been very, very hot outside this summer. So yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, let's talk about Independence Day Resurgence. And the best way I can talk about it is if I were to go back to 1996 to talk about the first one. The first one, I actually think is a guilty pleasure of mine. And, well, it's a guilty pleasure of mine because even though the characters are stereotypically one-dimensional and bland, I still thought it had some fun action. I liked Will Smith. Well, honestly, Will Smith is good in everything he does. Well, most of it. And I do like the aliens in this. True, it is silly, dumb fun, but it's something that you can watch every once in a while. Which now leads us to this one, Independence Day Resurgence. When I saw the trailers for this one, I mostly thought it was going to be okay. I thought it was just going to be another cash grab sequel, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not the best choice you could do. So I just came back from seeing it, and I actually thought it was decent. Which I know I'm gonna get a ton of hate mail for this, because this is getting some negative reception. But from my perspective, I thought it was decent. It's not like a masterpiece or anything, but at the same time, I think these movies don't try to be masterpieces. I think they're just there to be fun, dumb, summer movie, popcorn fun. And that's exactly what I got. However, it does have flaws, don't worry. But yeah, the negatives, there are parts of the story where I thought it gets very convoluted and pretty confusing. Like, there are some things that get way too much focus. Some of them you don't really need to add to the movie. Which I'm not going to give it away, but it didn't really need it to be there. Unless you count the subplot of Jeff Goldblum in this movie reuniting with his father at the end. Which, that's the only spoiler I'm gonna give. But, and some of the characters can be very bland. Well, that is except for Jeff Goldblum, of course, who actually adds some humor to the movie, which I didn't think would pay off, but it did for the most part. And, oh, now I know who he is. Dr. Oaken, the one with the white hair from the last movie that Brent Spiner plays. I thought he was very funny. I might have to give away this, though. I do have a feeling that I do have a feeling that the movie is gonna have a sequel. Mainly because something that involves with Dr. Oaken. He finds this spear. He realizes that the technology made with it can be very like something they haven't seen before. So they want to make technology out of that spear. And then this ending comes along, and he says all this stuff, and I was like, this ending actually does work for some reason. Which I know it didn't happen to me like that in the first one, but for some reason I'm very curious to see what they could do with this. But anyway, back to what I was saying before. Some of the characters can be bland, particularly Will Smith's son in this movie. Not only is he bland, but he's a really bad actor here. I mean, he does have some cheesy dialect that he can work with, but he just doesn't do anything with it. That's another thing I should point out, though. There are some good one-liners here and there. But, anyway, though. And the action I actually thought was good, even though it could be a little bit more energized. And the special effects, for the most part, some of them are good, some of them you could obviously tell they're CG, but they were okay for the most part. Especially with the aliens. I really like the designs of the aliens. But, and as I said before about the plot, even though it is convoluted and confusing at times, I want you to go back to the first one and read that plot. Basically, the first one is like, aliens come to Earth, we have to destroy them. This movie comes along, what's it about? Aliens come down to Earth, we gotta save them, we gotta stop them. We have to destroy them. Which is kind of weird. I never seen a movie that had the same plot as the first. So, this movie's pretty much the same as the first. They have to destroy aliens. Except this time in here, it's a different species that they're working with, that they're dealing with. But, yeah, despite some issues with the story and the characters, and even the script isn't really the best, even though it does have some good one-liners here and there, I still thought that it did have some characters that I thought were interesting. By the way, what is up with Bill Pullman's beard in this? The guy's getting old. But it also has some good action, fine effects for the most part. And it's just all around good, dumb, silly fun. But overall, I might be too kind on this, but I'm gonna give Independence Day Resurgence a B-. I know I might sound too kind on this, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail for this. But that's just my personal opinion. If you don't really have the same opinion as me, then that's okay. You know, share me your thoughts. I actually want to see your thoughts in the comments below. You know, inform me on something that I missed. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Independence Day Resurgence. And quick announcement, I'm going to be at Florida SuperCon next weekend from July 2nd to July 3rd. I'm not going to do panels or anything. I'm just going to go around and have a good time. If you guys see me there, stop by wherever I am and visit. But yeah, that's my review of Independence Day Resurgence. And I'm not sure if I'll do a review next weekend because of SuperCon in Florida, because I live in Florida. But I might. You might never know. But yeah, that's all I have to say. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.